Grant Paulsen's on with us right now to talk about where he's going to be, give us a little taste of his show. What's up, Grant?
I appreciate it, gentlemen. How's everybody doing this morning?
Yeah, where are you guys at today for your Friday field trip?
We are out and about in Reston. Show is on the road. We're at Craft House, Reston. We'll be there from 2 to 6:30 hanging out. These have been really fun. I know you guys have stopped through some of these. JP will be out with us a few times this year. But it's really cool, man, with the engagement with the fan base and the Commanders again. People have enjoyed getting together on these Fridays ahead of games. So a little pep rally of sorts today out in Reston at Craft House.
Very cool. So what is your lean on who's going to be the starting quarterback on Sunday, if you have a guess?
I've thought Marcus Mariota all week. What I had originally heard, going back even to right after the game when they took the MRI on, I guess it was last Friday morning, was that there was some concern about the knee and the swelling and that it didn't look like at that time he was going to be in line to play this week, barring a really crazy recovery. And I don't think they put that past him, right? With the rib, he was able to have a high threshold for pain and play through it last year. This is obviously a different thing. But one of two things are happening, just based on what I was told, which was to expect, maybe like a 2-week recovery back then. Either he healed a lot faster than was anticipated to the point where they're giving it an opening for him to even play on Sunday, or they're just playing very, very coy, and they know it's almost a certainty he's not going to play, and they're not telling anyone. And because last year we never actually found out he had a broken rib until he said it in the offseason, I'm going to go with that option. I just think that while there's no reason to rule him out now, they're giving him every chance to hit all his markers and to get closer and closer. They feel like probably they benefit from the Raiders not knowing. I don't think they're going to give us any information ever about anything injury-wise. Am I saying it's 100% he's not going to play? No, I just don't know. But I would assume that there's probably more knowledge behind the scenes than they're giving us one way or the other. And my guess is that's a Mariota lean.
So with Mariota under center last year, had a really strong game against the Carolina Panthers when he filled in for Jaden. He was 18 for 23, had a couple of touchdowns. Played the second half against the Cowboys, had the game-winning touchdown pass. What is the Grant Paulsen level of confidence that Washington can get a win with Mariota under center?
So it's pretty high, actually. But it's not necessarily about Mariota or last year, because you're right. 2 games, 2 banner performances, he was great. But the offense was humming last year. I mean, when he wasn't in there, obviously, they were elite. They were one of the better offenses over the last couple of seasons in efficiency. And that has not been the case through 2 weeks. I don't think he's going to, wave a wand over an offense Jaden Daniels couldn't quite get right the first 2 weeks and just have it take flight. My confidence, though, is in this being one of the great rest differential games in the recent history of the sport non-bye week. I mean, you don't see this. The league tries to actively avoid this at all costs. Washington at home after playing on Thursday with 10 days rest, which is a massive, massive thing in this league, versus a West Coast team that played a late Monday night game, not even a Monday night game, but later than is normally the case for Monday night in the staggered Monday Night Football doubleheader for the first time. And then they get on a plane at the end of the week to fly cross-country 3,000 miles. So I don't even know if you look this up, like if this has happened at any point, the Thursday versus the late night Monday nighter cross-country travel to the team who hasn't played in 10 days. But if you can't make that work, you got no one to blame but yourself. I know they're banged up. They're maybe without John Bates, Noah Brown, some other guys. But I feel like it's just a game. You're going to be favored in any way at home. That if you're a 11-12 win team, you probably should win.
Grant, can you even attempt to figure out the backfield rotation, the running back rotation for the Commanders heading into this game with Eckler obviously sidelined with the torn Achilles? I would assume Chris Rodriguez gets elevated for this game. It's just going to be a mix of Bill, C-Rod, and obviously Jeremy McNichols in the mix. How do you see that playing out?
So this question's being asked by Commanders cakes or fantasy football cakes?
Fantasy.
No, this is just straight
everything with him is fantasy.
Trust me, it's so confusing. I don't want any part of this for fantasy football.
I'm 100% with you, and that's kind of my point.
Yeah.
The fantasy football people that were all in on Croskey-Merritt, I think eventually you're going to be really happy. You got to be patient for a few weeks, and you're going to get driven nuts in the next few weeks. I really believe that. But What I think they're going to do, or at least their plan going in, which doesn't always work out, because their plan this past week in Green Bay, guys, was not to give Croskey-Merritt 4 carries and get doubled up by Austin Eckler before his injury. That was not their plan when he was coming off of a top 5 rushing total in the league and number 2 in rushing yards over expected, per attempt the week before. But I think what they go into this game thinking is, and this might be the thing that nationally will surprise people, I think it's going to be more McNichols in the Eckler role than people think. Mm-hmm. I think he's your 2-minute, 4-minute, third down, pass catching, pass protector type. Because Kingsbury kind of gave you the answer to that quiz yesterday in the presser when he talked about needing to see more without the ball from JCM. I think they love him as a ball carrier, and they know he can execute whatever they need running the football. But in the out of the backfield target, like your route running, your pass protecting, that's where they probably just feel better about the veteran right now. I think Rodriguez takes the McNichols role from the first few weeks. Think about the Giants game when they have the lead. They salt the game away by running 4-minute offense, power, and McNichols is the guy thumping. I think that's probably Rodriguez. But it's a hot hand thing. Like, if Croskey-Merritt carries the ball 3 times for 7 yards, and then they give the ball to McNichols twice and he pops 14 and 9 yards, maybe he starts getting more carries. I just think they're going to roll with whoever's hot. But the plan would be a lot of Croskey-Merritt first and second, McNichols as the Eckler, so to speak, I think, and then Rodriguez getting in where he fits in.
All right, Grant, good stuff. You're going to be in Reston. What's the name of the spot again?
Yeah, so it's Craft House in Reston today. Anybody who wants to come out and hang will be there from 2 to 6:30. And by the way, just a good bit for the Junks real quick. Mm-hmm. Last week we were in Leesburg at Spanky Shenanigans, and I texted Jason, and I said, bro, we're in your hood. We're in Leesburg. Come on out. You won't believe how quickly he got there.
It's a great bit.
Wait, let me look at my. No,
hold on
the text still hasn't been responded to.
Hold on a second. You never sent me the text because you don't have my new cell number.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, okay. I stand correct.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Fish, when did you get a new number?
About a year ago.
2 years
Do you know how many baseball questions I've asked some stranger in the last 2 months?
A phantom number. It's a ghost number now.
I mean, I've been popping off Red Sox takes to this number.
You're
all
doing that
baseball
old 314 number,
just
aren't
getting
you?
no response.
Yep.
Do you have the 314 number?
No, I do not.
You don't?
No, that 314 is the old one.
No, what's the number you have?
Let's see. We've got it. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I have.
Yeah, that's so dead.
It's a great bit.
Yeah,
that's dead.
I had so many good Brian Bayo takes.
I'll send you my new number right now.
Nice. And we'll see you in Reston then, it sounds like, since we got that ironed out.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, brother.
All right.
See you, boys.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good weekend, man.
All right. I want to hear from you guys. 800-636-1067. Kind of give us either scenario, right? If Jaden plays, if Mariota plays, we really should win. If freaking Sam Hartman plays, if Ben plays, we should win. But
the second Ben completely.
Why are you skipping over Josh Johnson?
That's kind of a compliment. He thinks I can get it done at QB.
What? I want to know why.
Because we're supposed to be a team competing for an NFC championship again, right? We should be far superior to them. We shouldn't be a one-man team. I know that in a lot of ways we are. With Jaden hot, that's kind of what makes us special. But if we're a legit NFC contender, you got to beat a butt team like the Raiders.
Especially on limited rest.
Regardless of who
they're flying cross country. They've been the Commanders have been chilling for over a week, preparing for this game.
Like the Ravens are like Lamar's the straw, right? He stirs everything. He's the key. He's the glue. He's the MVP. But if your backup came in, you would still expect your team to win. Especially if you're playing a team
Derrick Henry would get 30 carries.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're playing a team like, now you're better than us, but the point remains the same, right? If you're playing the Raiders, how many games did they win last year? 3 games?
Raiders?
Yeah.
They were picking 6th, so they had
5 wins?
3 or 4 wins.
Yeah. I mean, you should beat them, regardless of who your quarterback is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, they had a backup quarterback playing the whole year last year. Now they have Geno. Now Geno has not been great.
Geno's an up and down guy.
I know.
If
I'm just
he
saying.
can be up.
If Geno
they did upgrade based on talent.
Well, if Geno Smith and Ashton Genty, who can't get going through 2 games in his NFL career, come here on limited rest and beat the Commanders, even with Mariota,
big concerns.
That's a huge red flag for this team.
I agree.
All right, let's go to Ian, District Heights, 800-636-1067. Your chance to chime in here. Ian, what's up?
What's up? Good morning. Happy morning.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
buddy?
Nothing much. I'm going with Josh Johnson. I think 10 years in the league, 10 teams. He might be our answer. if they don't play.
I don't know if that's the answer.
You don't want to play Mariota. You want to play Josh?
Yeah.
Why?
That's a weird.
You're
bit.
laughing
I
as you
don't
say
quite
it.
understand it,
Yeah.
but thank you for the call. I mean, you might be the only
Is that
person
because he
advocating
played
for Josh
He
Johnson.
played more in the preseason because Mariota didn't play.
I don't know.
There is something to be said for that.
He did play in the preseason.
Now, Cliff was raving about him.
About who?
About Mariota.
Okay.
Raving about him, consummate pro. You heard the clip. We think we have 2 starters.
Yeah.
And that even in practice when he's running scout team, like
they value him.
They love him.
Yeah.
They freaking love him. To me, he's Marcus Mariota. All right, let's go to Marcus Brandywine. Marcus, what's up? You're on with the Junks.
What's going on, Junks? How we doing this morning?
Hey, man.
Good.
Good. So I think if Mariota goes, the obvious answer will probably be, hey, we got to run the ball, establish the run, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like with him not having played as much, I think with him, we probably need to get some quick passes out, some drags, some slants, maybe some screens or something like that, just to kind of get him in rhythm. And then you go back to, of course, running the ball. And then once you establish that run, that'll open up some downfield passes, which at that point, once he's had those short passes, he's in rhythm. I feel a lot more comfortable with him going downfield as opposed to just, coming straight out the shotgun and looking downfield immediately without having any type of experience. Well, not experience, any type of, reps, in-game reps, for the last, 5-6 months. So, then he asked a question about the protection. Looking at the Raiders defense, I mean, you have Max Crosby, but when I look at it some more, you just have Max Crosby on the line. So I don't think protection will be an issue if, you send some extra help to Connerly's way, because realistically, Max is going to get his regardless of what you do. But I feel like trying to contain him as best as possible, and then getting the ball out of Mariota's hands quickly. This could be I hate to say it, but this could be a really easily winnable game.
I think so.
Regardless of who's under center. So that's my take on that, guys. Appreciate it.
And look, Mariota didn't play much last year. All right. But I feel like it was the best system he's had potentially in his career. And he chose to stay in Washington for a reason. He could have been paid elsewhere. He could have competed for a starting job in some spots, not many spots, but he probably could have. And he chose to stay in Washington because he felt comfortable with the system.
The brotherhood.
He liked the brotherhood, but the system fits him. And that's why, like, when he went in there, it wasn't like you're going from Jaden Daniels to a drop back passer. You're going to somebody that has very similar traits to Jaden Daniels, not only throwing, but running the football.
Sure. Just like, maybe 30% less good in every category.
Maybe much less.
I mean,
you might be
as a runner, he's
there.
probably 50% the runner he is. Right? It's a passer. Yeah,
Mariota's still got wheels, though. He can still move.
run.
He can.
He doesn't have that kind of. He doesn't.
No,
have,
he's not
JD,
Jaden, but he's pretty good.
In 13 games in Atlanta when he started, and of course he got benched for Ritter. They went back and forth. Ritter just got a job, I think, this week.
Well, that's a guy that look. It could be way worse. You could be turning to a guy like Desmond Ritter instead of Marcus Mariota.
But Mariota had 400.
Like the Commanders are pretty fortunate to have Mariota if Jaden can't go.
He had 438 yards rushing in 2022 in 13 starts. So is he at Jaden's level? No, but he's above average.
If he starts and finishes an NFL game, Marcus Mariota is probably going to rush for 35 or 40 yards.
Probably.
That's the sort of skill set that he brings.
At least that, yeah. But he hadn't
With
started a
potential
game.
for more.
He hadn't started a game since those Falcon years. I know he's played, but he hadn't started since 22.
I'm reasonably confident in Marcus Mariota if they have to turn to him. Reasonably.
I'm confident. All right, when we come back, we're going to play the OV interview.
Yes.
JP wasn't there.
We were at the OV interview.
Jason and I were there, and I warn you, he's a soft-spoken guy.
Mm-hmm.
How did it come up? Does it come up very soft-spoken, or does it sound better on the audio? He's a pretty soft-spoken guy, man. We were
very quiet.
We were hanging on every word.
He was very quiet.
Super nice, though.
You get to hear Cakes give him his birthday gift.
To hear Cakes give him the Japanese vodka.
And in the room,
but I told him that.
In the room, there was probably 20 people watching.
At least
20 people just staring at us.
You could hear a pin drop.
Yeah, you could hear a pin drop.
For most of that interview.
You could barely hear Ovi. And he wasn't even putting the mic in his face at first.
You could hear a pin drop on a pillow.
It was It was awkward. But I think at the end of the day, it ended up okay. So we're going to play that when we come back, and then we'll get back into Skins Raiders with Scott Abraham at 9. Don't go anywhere.